Hello and welcome to episode number 7 of the Varied Gary podcast. On this episode, me and Matt just kind of catch up before he ships out to work again. It's gone for another week, and my guest this weekend actually had to pick up an extra shift at work, and that's understandable because I'm not going to pay his ass to be here. That doesn't make any sense to anybody. So anyway, this is just me and Matt goofing around and talking about the corn maze and Kung Fury and basically an update on our very exciting, extraordinary lives. Hope you enjoy, and here you go.
Come on, baby, drive me wild, falling quickly, paralyzing. I know it won't let go. Now you've got me where I stand, whisper lies and tell me plans to go. I really should have known.
All right, it's the end of the weekend. It's Sunday, and I didn't do a podcast with any guests this week, so I'm going to get one in with Matt before he leaves for work.
Yep.
And everything's running well, I think. I think I got the camera going. Boop, boop, boop. Yep. Audio's going. Now I get rid of this shit. All right, so, yeah, how was your weekend?
Good. Busy.
Friday was kind of weird, eh? Came home from work, your sister was home with her boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And we watched a little bit of Kung Fury and then talked about
Space for 4 hours until 5 in the morning.
What were we talking about, though? It was
I'm trying to remember that word he kept using.
Geosync. That word was very impressive.
Yeah, that was a big word. I liked it. Talking about space ladders and
yeah, I don't know what it was, but Kung Fury was the best.
Yeah,
it's always the best. If we were talking about this last podcast too, if you didn't see Kung Fury, go watch it. You don't know what you're missing.
It just keeps getting better every time you see it too.
Yeah, every time because you
can pick up on more stuff.
You can process a lot of shit.
Yeah, and it's only like a 40-minute film, so it's not like it's.
I don't even think is it that long?
Might not even be that long. No.
Oh man. Oh fuck. It was that was pretty decent. David Hasselhoff has a soundtrack song to that.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that? I think that's how I discovered that movie, or somebody discovered it, and then I was like looking it up on YouTube, and instead of getting the movie, I got like a soundtrack song, and it was David Hasselhoff standing there. I was like, yeah, well, I have to listen to this.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. What was the corn maze like?
Good. It was, I wasn't disappointed by it. It was crazy.
I never
same thing. I've lived in Truro for 17 years now. I've never gone to that corn maze until this year.
Yeah, it's nuts. Every time I went to go, there was always like an hour lineup or something like that.
Well, that's what it was. Well, it was Friday the 13th. So apparently my sister, who lives in BC, had to book the tickets online because apparently they sell out super quick.
Oh.
And we got there at, let's say, 9 o'clock, 8:30ish. And our ticket number for Friday the 13th, like they're not going to use that ticket on, Thursday the 12th or whatever, right? Was number 2,385. So I was the 2,385th person to go through that day with a $30 ticket.
Wait, that day?
Yeah. And then we got there before the big wave of people going there for like nighttime too. Like we got there and then cars just started to flood in like just after we got there.
Jesus Christ. I thought you were talking like, I don't know, for the season so far.
No.
2,000.
Like this was a special ticket with number on the top, like the 2,385th ticket. But it was like it had Friday the 13th. Like it was for that date.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So you didn't accidentally hit anybody or anything? Does anybody
No, I kept my hands in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then I took my hands out of my pocket because they got mannequins set up that look like people, and then they got people set up that look like mannequins, so you can't tell what's what and what's going to jump out at you. So I had my hands in my pocket, and I was like, okay, you're fake. Okay, you're fake. And then the fake one jumped out at me. It was an actual person. So I was like, okay, I took my hands out of my pocket and I just started poking everything to see if it was.
That'd be so weird.
Yeah, it was definitely hard to tell what was real and what was not.
And you said the other night too that they had little distractors, like
Yeah.
little lights
They
or
had
something.
like little, in the corn maze part, they would put a light about 3 or 4 feet off to the right side of the corn maze to kind of catch your attention.
Right.
Meanwhile, there's somebody hidden on the left side of the corn maze that jumps out with a chainsaw and he's like, scares the shit out of you.
Yeah. So how long does it take you to go through it?
I think it was about 2 or 3 hours. 3 hours, yeah.
3 hours to go through it?
There's 6 different things, but I'm gonna say we probably spent an hour 45 to 2 hours in lineups and about an hour going through
Yeah.
the different things, you know.
It's so hard to stand in line for stuff.
It wasn't that bad.
It
the
would be
lines
fun,
moved
though.
Quick. They were long lines, but they moved pretty quick.
Is that like a 7-day-a-week thing until?
I think it's just on the weekends in October. It might be a 7-day-a-week thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Never looked into it really.
I have to look into that. I kind of want to go to it.
I would recommend going for sure.
How much was it?
$30.
Yeah, and if
And
you're going to
there's
be
6
there that
different-
long,
yeah,
that's
there's
fine.
6 different haunted things. Like there's the blood field, which is the corn maze. There's the zombie maze, which is another corn maze.
Mm.
There's the haunted barn, or the blood barn, or something like that. Then there's the house. There's the mortuary. Oh, the phobia barn. Sorry, the haunted house. Mortuary. And then there's this pallet mania, which is like the way out. You just walk through a pallet maze, and there's strobe lights and people walking around there. And
Jesus.
one of the funniest things though is while you're standing in the lineup for the zombie maze,
Yeah.
they like no one's expecting to get scared while standing in the lineup.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So there's somebody.
They got a zombie walking around, right? And then you can see the zombie, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, just to kind of
It's a theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give that theme thing, right? Except he has a car horn hidden on him somewhere. So he's walking through people in the lineups, and he's like, "Rrr," doing the whole zombie thing, right? Dragging one leg. You're not expecting him to do anything because he knows you can see him, vice versa.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he gets next and he's like, "Bah!" Honks his horn.
Oh
and it scares the
man,
shit
see,
out of
like
people.
I wouldn't like that. That's where I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I'm out of here. I can't take this. I get like when I get like scared, jumped, or somebody jumps around the corner and like scares me. I get more mad than anything
Yeah.
else. Yeah, it's terrible. There's a haunted house thing down in the States somewhere. It was on Facebook. I was looking at it, and it's a 24-hour haunted house.
Oh,
You
yeah?
pay like people pay from like all over the world to go to this place, and I think you're in there for like 24 hours, if not 24 hours, like 13 hours, or I can't remember how long exactly. It's a long friggin' time,
Mm-hmm.
but people that come out are legitly borderline.
Like different.
Yeah,
mentally broken.
yeah, they're really it's not good.
They come out a different person is what they went in. Is what you're saying.
Traumatized.
Yeah.
Basically coming
Yeah.
out because they go in there in the dark, but with this haunted house, they're allowed to physically like touch you and like sit you down. I think there's. Ooh, I just hit the Mac. I think there's. They can like hold you hostage, kinda, and like pour stuff on you and touch your face and all this friggin' stuff. I'm gonna look it up. Maybe I'll talk about it in another
Yeah.
podcast leading up to Halloween. But I was like, nope.
Not having it.
Nope, I
No.
couldn't. There's no friggin'
No,
way,
24
man.
hours is a long time.
Oh, well, just think like you're in a dark house. You can't see anything, and anything you do see is a flash or like smacks you or rubs up against
there
you.
was sections of, I think there's 3 or 4 of them in like all the different areas of that corn maze,
Yeah.
and it was total black, dark. Like Juan was 3 feet in front of me or whatever, and then we walked into this really dark area. I couldn't see him. Like I was doing this one. I was like, "Is it Juan? Is that you?" He's like, "Yeah, that's my back." And then the guy, complete stranger behind me, was pretty much grinding on me because he couldn't see me, and then he would just like bump into me, and he would stay there. I'm like, "What?" Like I'm trying to reach around, feel my way through this place, and
Yeah.
it was weird.
Imagine being a little kid going through that. Is
I
there an
don't
age
think-
limit?
There's a daytime, like there's a matinee thing for kids. I don't think they put them through the haunted stuff, but they just have like little fun pumpkin things and
Yeah.
there's no way you're putting a 6-year-old kid through that. Like he's gonna
Kids-
be on some serious meds when he grows up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I might go over and see that.
Yeah. I mean, I found
check
out
it out.
I'm slightly claustrophobic that night just because there was one area where there's black tarp again in this black. You're walking through this black thing. It's wide open. You can, and then all of a sudden you can't see it, but they got black tarps that are filled with air, and it's like walking and they're pushing in on you.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, and it's also like walking against 100-kilometer-an-hour winds or something. Like you actually have to use force to walk through this thing, and then there's people on the other side with hands that are like reaching out and grabbing you. You're just like, when you get out to the other side, you feel like you accomplished something. You're just like, yes,
Oh, I did it. Thank you, Jesus.
yeah.
That's pretty messed up. When you mentioned that the walls were moving in and stuff, I thought they were like actual.
No, they did have one room that's a diamond. There was like a
this is what you
started at the
told
top, diamond shaped, and the floor would vibrate. I didn't realize the walls were moving. I thought I was just for whatever reason getting vertigo or something. Because they had hinges on the side, but they had skeletons and everything along there, so you couldn't really see the hinges. But the room was coming down, like collapsing down about a foot or so, and then going back up, and the floor was shaking and vibrating. And I didn't realize the walls were moving. I just thought my head was getting really fucked up due to all the strobe lights and stuff, right?
yeah, but it wasn't even. It
Yeah.
was, and you could kind of sense that in the dark too, right?
Yeah. Well,
Weird.
we got out of there. I was like, did you guys get like vertigo or something walking through that room? She's like, my sister was like, no, the walls were collapsing. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, so when did your sister and her boyfriend go back home?
They are going back Wednesday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going down to the cottage because they haven't really had a chance to relax since they got here. They've just been going around visiting people, staying pretty busy.
Yeah, going in haunted
Drinking.
houses and drinking.
Nova
and-
Scotia.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that was awesome. That was great to see your sister again.
Yeah.
Good to meet him too. He's a really good guy, man. Had a lot of fun, but it was just so weird like everything. You guys got back here, and I was down here messing around with the computer, and then we all started having beers. I went up, and you were watching Kung Fury. I was like, yeah.
And then the night just got sloppy.
Yeah, we're up till like 5 in the morning
Space, man. Space is a tricky subject.
Yeah,
It's a rabbit hole.
talking
You
about
can fall down that pretty quick.
space elevators and basically like transportation.
Yeah, we weren't talking about far space. Like, we weren't talking about distant space or anything. We were just
We're
local space.
Yeah,
We're
talking
talking about atmosphere, basically.
Yeah, and like inventions that they're coming up with like right now
Yeah.
or like have been in the past.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat. It's nice just to get away and talk about that shit. Stuff
Yeah.
that you have no idea about.
Yeah, I got educated that night, and then I got drunk, and I got uneducated that night.
Yeah. No, that was a good time, man. A really good time. I had haven't had a podcast here for a couple weeks. I think the Hugh Hefner one was the last one that we did. I've been friggin' busy. You've been busy too away, and I've got a lot of stuff done. I got a new car.
Yeah.
Yep. Got trying to fall back in love with drumming again. So
Yeah,
I
you
went
your
and got
drum set up.
I got a new head for my snare drum and got the old snare drum out, that Sensitone,
Oh, yeah.
and sounds a lot better. I played on that on and off for a couple hours last night. Cleaned up the basement. The basement was
Yeah.
a horrendous mess. It wasn't like disgusting or anything. It was just everything was all
Scattered, yeah.
over, scattered. I had drums all over the place, weights, the light. Oh, I got a soft light now for the podcast, and it kind of looks better. I'm kind of slowly getting stuff. I kind of wish I had a interface instead of the mixer now, but that's gonna come. But yeah, I had to do this podcast. I don't care that it's about nothing really. I had busy.
About stuff. We've talked about stuff. We're going to keep talking about stuff.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Oh, I had that massive headache all day yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
All day. What the hell happened?
I woke up at one point in the morning. It was like 8, 9 in the morning. did my morning routine. I was like, no, I'm going back to bed. Went back to bed, woke up at noon. I just watched Netflix until 5 o'clock. And I was like, okay, I got to be an adult eventually.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Nurse
Yeah.
this hangover all day. And then I got up, laid on the couch, took some Tylenol, water, got cleaned up, got in my car, and
started your day.
Started
started your
my
day
day.
when the day was almost
Yeah.
over. I know. I didn't even drink that much when Friday night, Kung Fury night there. I had like 7 beer, I think, the whole
Yeah.
night. And oh man, the next day I just woke up and
Were you in the wine? I think
No,
that's what got
God,
it was
no.
that wine that got me.
I don't know. I think it was all the knowledge we were being kicked.
Yeah.
My
I feel
brains.
bad for my sister. She had to go. She was going to meet up with my cousin Katie and her husband Jeff, and they got 3 kids. It was the twins. They had twins. It was their first birthday, and then they got another Olivia. She's 5, I think. And then I guess Scott and his wife were there, and they have a recent, like, newly born kid. I don't know how she felt all day, but if she was in the same condition I was in, then I'm sure she had great time, catching up with everybody, but I would not want to be around kids when my head was just...
Oh man, I just don't want to be around kids.
And,
period.
well, kids are fragile too. Like, you don't want to be hungover handling kids. Like,
Yeah, I guess. I just always get slopped when I'm hungover. I'll be like, and I'll swear in front of a kid or something like that and be like, my brains. I gotta
Yeah.
get my shit together. But yeah, that'd be friggin' brutal. I think I just woke up. I heard them leave. I seen them get in the vehicle and leave. I kind of looked out my window. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that they had their own vehicle there. I thought you were just touring with them the whole night. But yeah, and then I was like, I'm going back to bed. And I slept for another 3 hours.
Yeah.
Today I kind of made up for all my sleeping. I slept for about 10 hours.
yeah, I was surprised when I got home. I was surprised you were still sleeping.
Yeah, I usually get up. I usually get up in the morning, use the washroom, and then go back to bed, especially on the weekends when I can get away with it. But yeah, it's trying these 6.5, 6 hour friggin' sleep nights, man. I just can't. That's not enough sleep. I can't do it. I feel like shit. I look like shit. Non-responsive most of the time.
Yeah.
Just a zombie.
Drool coming down your face. You go to work with your thing and you forget to take it out.
Yeah.
Hey, gosh.
Well, it was yeah. I always do that. I wear a mouth sleep apnea mouthpiece to sleep, and it's really cool. It's so cool. Oh my frig, it's so cool. But yeah, sometimes I get up in the morning and I totally leave it in.
Yeah.
The longest I've ever left it in for was an hour and a half straight. Started watching a movie and laid down on the couch, and I was like, what the? I gotta take this freaking thing off. It's comfortable, helps me breathe.
Yeah.
But I also started at the gym this week after work. Like, I go at 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night. I meet my friend there, and we friggin' stay there till like 1:15. I thought I worked out at home. I thought I was doing good. Oh, no, I wasn't, man. I was not putting in the effort. It was crazy. We went there and I was trying to keep up to Joey, and I was just like, oh my God, my arms for 2 days were like T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
I couldn't extend them out to pick up things. I had to lean into everything I was trying to pick up. It was bad, but we never did lag day, and lags shouldn't be bad for me because most of the kettlebell stuff is lags. Like, you have to stand there and use everything, right? But kind of did that. The best thing about the gym so far, they have a couple massage chairs there.
Really?
Yeah, and they have like different massages like shiatsu, and I don't know any other kind of massages, but they have
massage 1 and massage 2.
yeah, like they have a bunch of these, and you sit in it, and it kind of catches you off guard because it has the lag clamps too. And I actually took a video of it. It's a pretty funny video. It's just sitting there till like 1 a.m. in this chair. I think it's like how I'm gonna end most nights. Well, at least like, when we do back and stuff like that. But I'm gonna try to keep up with that. I might. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about this challenge. I challenged myself this week, I think. with the drums. Since I haven't been playing and since there's nobody else to drive me, like, you know what I mean? There's no band to depend on to like, hey, all right, man, we're getting together. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to start picking a cover. I'm going to practice the cover, learn the song, record it, do the audio over it, and then I might upload those on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I don't consider myself a great drummer by any means, but I figure some of the songs I do pick will be fun and kind of get me back into it.
You know what you should start with?
What's that?
Jesse's Girl.
You go to hell. You go to hell.
Hey, breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's one set list. I don't ever want to freaking play
those are
again.
the two songs that basically made you not enjoy drumming.
And what did I say when I was starting on them? I was like, I don't care, man. The drummer never sounds gay playing a song. Playing the beat. Yeah, here you go. Stupid friggin' breakfast at Tiffany's. No, I think I had a couple friends on Facebook suggest songs. Jim Elward, he suggested I try country.
Yeah, I've read that, yeah.
Jesus, no, that's what did it in the first
Old
place,
country.
I think. Old country I could do, but whatever. I wanted something that's kind of cool, flashy looking, whatever, if I do it. I feel fun doing it, feel funky or something like that, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Michael Smith, old friend of mine, he suggested Fool in the Rain by Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
which is I think it's the Rosetta Shuffle. It's like a modified Rosetta Shuffle. It's like a
Yeah, I'm trying to think how that goes.
boom, 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 boom. It's like a triplet feel song. I'll play it for you later. You'll know exactly as soon as I put it on. Like first couple strokes, you'll be like, oh yeah, this one.
Oh, I know the song. I just can't remember how the drum beat goes.
Yeah, I'll show it to you later. But so I got on the kit there just for like I wanted to get a video of me listening to it and then just trying it,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna be like I'm gonna fall flat on my face like pretty quickly probably, but I'm gonna friggin' try it anyway, and then I'll have like it shouldn't take me that long. I'm gonna try to get it really good because I love that little shuffle, but it should take me like a week or so, maybe, depending on what my time's like. But I'm going to put in piece by piece every day and go through it. And hopefully I can, get that friggin' groove back or like that sense of enjoyment out of it.
Well, sometimes these little breaks too are beneficial because I know like I go through the same thing with the bass. I'll play the bass for 2 or 3 years and I'll set it down for a couple months and play guitar or something and just, take my mind off the bass. And then when I go pick up the bass again, I'll go to kind of pick up where I left off when it comes to my progressing or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then for whatever reason that like certain techniques that I could not fully understand or, fully get comfortable with.
Yeah.
I pick up the bass and 10 minutes later I'm like, why couldn't I get that? Like,
Yeah,
that's the
right.
easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, you're
I don't
right.
understand it because you just break bad habits when you set something down for a while and come back to it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You kind of reboot,
Yeah.
kind of get back into it. But I was actually surprised, like, because I wasn't even as rusty as I thought I was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, of course, when I played. But my snare made a big difference. When you have something in front of you that all you do to make sound, you have to hit it. And if you get a terrible response out of it, if it sounds like shit, you're not even you just don't want to play it.
Yeah.
So the snare sounds tight. I'll show you the kit after this too. I tuned it up a little bit or whatever. But yeah, you're right. If you step away from it, think about it, kind of assess the situation. Like I know with songs, a lot of times that if you are learning a song, go through it just before you go to bed too. And if you're having a difficult time with a part, go through that part a few times, screw it up, whatever, and then say, screw it. Don't get too frustrated with it. Spend 20 minutes on it. Go to bed. Chances are in the morning, like, your brain will work on that during the night when you're sleeping. Apparently, I don't know. But it seems to work for me anyway. There's been a couple songs there I was like, oh, I can't get this stupid shuffle. Go to bed that night, wake up in the morning, and like be making coffee and be like, just jump on the kit for a second and be like, oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell is that? Yeah. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could do that with every instrument?
It's like the Matrix. You just kind of plug yourself in and
Plug in.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it will be before we get the capabilities to do something like that.
That'd be crazy.
is it?
It would kind of take the fun out of everything, though. Because, like, you wouldn't learn everyone would just be great at everything.
Yeah, and we have this, thing where we get progressively better at something. It's like a reward in itself. I guess if you had could just download everything and be like, I'm good to go, you'd be
Yeah.
like, nothing's fun anymore.
We actually had a pretty fun conversation last night about North Korea. We were going on like, okay, what if North Korea gets liberated and, they're allowed to freely roam the world as they wish,
Yeah.
but North Korea ends up having like the world's best hockey team, the world's best basketball team.
Yeah, we just unleash them.
We don't know what's behind inside that country when it comes to stuff because they're not allowed to participate in nothing.
Yeah, I
It's
never
like
thought about
they
that.
have the next Jimi Hendrix, but he's North Korean, so we don't know about him.
Oh shit, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're like, whoa,
Who was talking about that? You?
everybody.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be pretty messed up. I wonder if we'll ever see that in our lifetime.
I would imagine it's probably going to come sooner than later. Because they're both chirping off at each other, but
I haven't followed any of that stuff.
yeah, I don't know if anything's going to come from it, but it's definitely boiling over more than it has.
Yeah. It's I'm not proud of it. I'm not bragging or anything, but it's so weird how people keep giving me Trump stuff. What the hell?
I don't know. I think because you were having so much fun when he was running for president,
It was just
not thinking he was actually going to get it.
yeah, trust me, I don't think this shit's funny. Anything that's happening right now, I don't think it's funny, but for some reason, people are still my mother brought me home a chocolate bar from the States, a Donald Trump chocolate bar. What? The guy's got his hands in everything.
Yeah, your American President Donald Trump. Dairy milk.
Jesus Christ. And yeah, I don't know if it'd be any
Is
better.
it orange chocolate?
Heyo. Oh yeah, speaking of orange and Trump, the friggin' battle rap with Eminem.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, did you see? I showed you his
Yeah.
response to that. That was funny. Look it up. He's on Twitter. Everybody follow the Trump
the
for
real
some
Donald Trump.
screwed up entertainment from a friggin' psycho.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I also got a shirt with him, like a Thug Life shirt,
yeah.
kinda.
Yeah, that's right.
He has
Yeah.
sagging low jeans with
Tats.
all over him and
guns.
stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty messed up stuff. I want a Hillary friggin' shirt is what I wanted. Hillary
Did
and her
she-
cronies.
What was her little campaign slogan thing?
I don't know. Trump's for it was
Make
like
America great.
Hillary and her cronies were like the.
Oh really?
Yeah, he kept on saying that shit. I think they had a couple shirts out like that too.
Trump's weird.
Oh well, it'll be all good when Rock's president in 2020.
Yeah. Who was Rock and
Kanye.
was it Kanye?
I don't know. There's a few of them. I think we should look it up. There's a list. There's
Well, you can.
Yeah.
You don't even need to be a politician to run for president. You just.
no. There's some pretty freaking weird names on there, man. That's crazy. Wasn't one guy something Pickles or something like that? Or, I can't remember, but anyway, yeah, I want to see The Rock.
Yeah.
See The Rock.
No one's gonna mess with the Rock.
No, he's gonna show up at his campaign, like his audience, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna lay down the people's elbow."
Was that Trump?
I think I kind of sound like Trump there, didn't I? I can't do The Rock.
Yeah.
I can't do a Trump
I
neither.
seen a weird. It was on the Chive or something. A picture of the Rock working out at the gym
Yeah.
with this other guy. It was like one of those motivational posts. This guy had no legs, but he was jacked, working out with the Rock. But the Rock had like a big gray beard. I've never seen the Rock with a beard before. And gray.
Weird.
So when you see him in movies with beards or whatever, facial hair dyed apparently. It's just like this. He's getting old, man.
He must have shot testosterone in his face that morning.
Yeah.
He must have used his face that
Yeah.
time. Yeah, that's weird. I never seen him. Actually, there might have been one time when I seen him with a beard, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that'd go over big or not with him running for a president. I wonder if that's real. Because apparently he
I
put it out
doubt
on
it.
social media himself.
Yeah, probably just trying to be funny.
Yeah, maybe.
Making fun of
His,
Trump.
his work ethic is freaking
Oh, yeah.
insane, though.
That Siri commercial.
Oh my God, I love that Siri commercial. That's so funny.
Yeah.
He's just doing like 3 or 4 things constantly
Yeah.
at a time. Oh yeah, I would not want to be
Siri,
that
make a
busy.
meeting about the meeting for the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. What else went on there last couple weeks?
I don't know.
I don't
It's
think.
officially fall.
Oh, it's nice out too. It's so warm out today.
Yep.
I was gonna take my car out for a drive today, go to some restaurant somewhere, but I don't really like driving anymore. I just don't.
Yeah.
I thought this new car, I thought I'd be getting out and seeing, like right off the bat, going to a few places, but I haven't went for any drives at all. Great time of year to go for a drive, like through
Yeah.
Wentworth and stuff. I kind of want to do that Wentworth downhill walking or whatever.
Apparently, I've never been on it, but Parsboro to Advocate, I guess. I guess it's a nice windy. It's like the Highlands, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
To
I'm-
Parsboro?
Past Parsboro, from Parsboro to Advocate.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's like a 40-minute drive, but apparently it's a nice coastal windy road. I've
That'd
never
be
been
nice.
on it, but
I wanted to go down to the Fossil Museum down there.
Oh yeah, by joggings or yeah,
Yeah, I think wherever it is. That's the biggest like fossil deposit
I think so. Yeah.
in North America or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, apparently, if you walk in Economy, like by the ledge, whatever it's, the
Yeah,
drop-off thing, yeah, there's a
yeah,
bank.
yeah.
Like you can find fossils, like dinosaur fossils or whatever, like in the
Really?
layering there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder how hard it would be to chisel a few out.
I don't know.
They're all over the goddamn place, so I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, I got a fossil.
I remember I was at Tattamagush Fossil Museum. I didn't know this.
The Tattamagush Fossil Museum.
It's just like a small gray building.
Oh.
When you turn left, when you get to like the T there, you can turn right to Brule, left to Tattamagush.
Yeah.
It's about a kilometer or so down, 2 kilometers down on the left.
Oh, I want to say, I think I was there before. Anyway, go ahead.
One of my friends used to work there. She's from Tattamagush. So anyway, I was in there and she was working the thing. We were hanging out, and then people came in. And then she's like, okay, just hang out in the back. She put me in the back. And she gave me this clay thing that they let kids carve on and all this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there drawing a dinosaur, being me, like rawr, T-Rex tail, all this. I was like, well, that one's done. And then I look behind me, and then there's just all these other clay look like the same thing she gave me. So I grabbed one. Don't even look at it, just start drawing. Anyway, she's done with those people, sell them whatever they showed them, whatever they came in. And then she comes back. She's like, oh, yeah, what'd you draw? I was like, oh, I'm working on my second one. First one's a dinosaur. She's like, where'd you get the second one? I was like, oh, right there. She's like, those are like 200 million year old fossils. Oh, my God. I flip it over, and there's a fossil of this old, like,
Oh, no.
yeah. I was just like, She's like, yeah. She just dropped it in the garbage. She's like, and that's that.
Another one off the list.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Usually the 6-year-olds do this.
Yeah. I was like, whoops.
Yeah, you look over. It's like the mosquito from. You can go ahead and open that, man.
Yeah, well, I was going to, then my hair fell down on my face, so I got to put my hat on now.
Yeah, you flip over the fossil, and it's like the mosquito from Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be. It's was it they encased in sap from the tree. What's
That was
the?
a big mosquito.
What else do they have at the? For fossils though, like, do they have bones down the Parsboro place? Like, it's skeletons and stuff, or is it just
I've
mainly
never
fossils?
been inside the Parsboro one, or the Joggings one.
I love museums, man. I love them.
I was at a friend of ours, Shan's, last night, and it was like a kitchen party. She was making snacks and all this in the kitchen. So I was talking with her husband. I look over and I see this Coast magazine. For anybody that doesn't know what Coast is, it's just like local news from Halifax.
Oh, okay.
And then on the back, it has like all the Halifax events and all this. On the back, at the Natural History Museum in Halifax, they have this thing called the Body Show. So I started to read it. I was like, who would want to go to this? Like, its description was real human bodies showing effects of real diseases or something like that.
Oh my.
Yes, so they have like embalmed human bodies with like,
No.
lung cancer.
No.
Yeah. Who wants to, like, if it was a dinosaur exhibit, yeah, sign me up. This, no, I'm not. Who's gonna,
Where the
like,
hell?
Hey, hon, do you want to go to the Natural History Museum, check out some dead bodies, and go grab something to eat? Like,
Oh man. Oh man, that's gross. Did you
Yeah.
you know what the kind of screwed up thing about that what you just said though? If you're around embalming fluid a lot, formaldehyde, it makes you hungry. So you do want to eat afterwards, even if you just looked at something like that. It's true.
weird.
I've been to like one of those places where they do all the what's it called when you cadavers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Like not real bodies, but like animals, like
Yeah.
sharks and whatever. And so you're around formaldehyde. And I walked in, and I was like, oh, I felt like throwing up, like after, like during then. And it was disgusting. I was like, my life's ruined now. I got the smell in my nose. But when we left, man, I got so uncontrollably hungry, and everybody else did too. But that's like one of the things that makes you
Really?
hungry. Yeah, I guess.
That's crazy.
I don't even know if I looked that up or anything. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever.
Shit happens.
But yeah. So where's this at?
The Natural History Museum in Halifax.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they have like all those weird exhibits from time to time, but this is one of those super weird ones.
Man, there's a lot of people that go to that.
I wouldn't.
Ugh. I thought you had to be in a profession like a doctor or something like that in order to like I don't know, man. I guess you go to a funeral, you see a dead body, right?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I don't even like watching like Ripley's Believe It or Not, like freaks and stuff like that.
Those weird,
like
like
people,
double-headed cats in the jar. And,
yeah. I guess you can't even say freaks now because like people are doing body modification and stuff like that, which there's nothing wrong with, but like it's so out of the norm. Like that reptilian guy, like he was known as a freak or whatever when he started like and he put all the stuff in, and
Now
I guess
he's just expressing himself.
yeah, he's like the nicest friggin' guy too. Where was he at? I want to say that he was.
Is that the Mexican guy? That's like a transvestite reptilian thing?
I have no idea. I was over in PEI, and I think they had a display on him, like a wax figure on him, or Ripley's Believe It or Not. But he actually went there to unveil the piece on him or something like that. Yeah, a good guy. I want to say he's British though.
Okay, yeah, it's not the same person. Yeah, the one I'm thinking of wanted to be a dragon, I think.
Oh Jesus!
Some Mexican guy
Oh, sorry.
turned into a girl and then figured that he's comfortable being a girl, but it's not enough, so he wanted to be a female dragon.
Oh, he wanted to skip a few levels.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, yeah, you know.
Really?
Yeah, he just wanted to outshine Kendall Jenner. It's just one of those things.
That's weird. Oh, you mean Bruce?
Or
Caitlyn?
Jenner?
Yeah, I think Kendall's Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall's the
Is her
daughter.
name
I think, yeah.
Kendall? Isn't it like a Kendall
Like,
book?
apparently,
or
I got to keep up with keeping up with the Kardashians.
No, you don't, dude. No, you don't. Nobody does.
No.
They're over, son. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I have no idea.
No, Kim Kardashian's ass is over the limit. Yeah, man. I don't know. I want to get out. There's a couple podcasts I want to do. Like since I love these museums and stuff like that, I'd like to go in and talk to somebody, see how they acquire all their stuff, and like maybe you probably get to see everything if you go to somewhere like the Fossil and Minerals Museum or whatever it is. They you probably see everything that they have or whatever. But there might be somebody that want to talk about it or maybe how the place was discovered or anything. Anything to make a little podcast out of it.
The Mastodon. Apparently, that's not even like a complete Mastodon or whatever what they found.
Oh, what in Parsbro you mean?
No, in Mastodon Ridge in Stewiacke. I forget how this went. I don't even know why I'm talking about it because I definitely don't have the facts to back it up at the moment. But from my understanding, like it was just a quarter of a mastodon or something, and then they made a big deal about the mastodon being found there. But mastodons have been found in Milford and.
Oh, so that I didn't even really know that mastodon stood for anything. I thought it was just a mastodon.
No, it's just they found mastodon in that area, quarter mastodon, eighth, I don't know, a mastodon bone.
Really?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
complete skeleton or anything like that. They do that with a lot of skeletons
Dinosaurs,
like that. Yeah, that T-Rex.
Did you? I don't know if we already talked about this on the first podcast or not, but there's a guy. This is like sad, I guess. There's a guy that spent his whole life's work collecting. The dinosaur was the Spinosaurus, the one that's bigger than the T-Rex.
Oh, okay. But it's kind of like the same deal as the T-Rex, but huge.
It has that huge dorsal fin.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was in one of the Jurassic Park films. And he spent his whole life's work gathering bones, and he was the first person to ever put together like a complete fossil of this dinosaur, and to this day it's still the only one.
Oh, wow.
Was the only one. World War II, it got bombed by the Germans. It was in a London museum, and the Germans bombed it, and then it was just destroyed. And to this day, like, no other bone of this dinosaur has been found.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
Yeah. This guy spent his whole life's work, and then he got to complete it for like 3 days, and then it was a...
We just ruin everything. Humans just ruin everything, man. Well, I guess we dug it up, though.
Dude, some guy on Facebook put this in perspective beautifully. If you condense the existence of Earth into a 24-hour period, and then include the time that we've existed on Earth, within one day, we've only existed for 3 seconds, but managed to destroy the whole day.
Who said that?
It was some educated guy. He was like half rapper, he was like a philosophy guy, I guess.
Huh. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I love when people put things into perspective.
Yeah.
Like,
it was like a 6-minute long thing. I just obviously did a super short breakdown.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's the same. I heard, I actually looked this up too, and it was true. I think I kind of mixed up on the days, but if you wanted to, a good perspective thing is like if you wanted to, the difference between 1 million and 1 trillion, or is it 1 billion? 1 million and 1 billion is if you had to put each in days, $1 million would be 7 days, right? No, 11 days or something like that. 1 billion is like 34 years. Yeah, and it's something
That's
like
crazy.
that. Yeah, it's something that I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think 34 years was the example they used for 1 billion. I was like, holy shit. I had no idea that was like that big of a difference. I guess so.
yeah. I guess when you gotta, do 1 million over 1,000 times, that adds up pretty quick.
I want to be a billionaire. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. I'd buy another new car.
I would hope so. I mean,
yeah, it's no fair. I got a new car, and then my buddy got a Cadillac, and I was like, I need a new freaking car now.
I don't even want to start kicking your car.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I want to do this Halloween podcast
Yeah.
sometime. I don't know what I'm going to do for it, but I think we should decorate the place up and maybe get on some costumes. Shit like that.
I don't mean to plug anything, but
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should almost have like I think it's on a Tuesday this year though, right?
I have no idea.
We should do like a party or like get a bunch of people together and have like a group podcast thing.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I think it'd be kind of fun maybe.
It is a Tuesday. That's weird.
We watch a couple crappy Halloween movies and then make fun of them afterwards with a group. Make the podcast like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours long. Yeah. It'd be kind of fun. We did a lot of talking Friday. We could have podcast for 5 hours on Friday.
How did Halloween even start? Do you know? Like what's the purpose of it?
I don't know, man. We will though.
Yeah, we are gonna get lurked again.
We'll fill up that little whiteboard, the marking board that we have there. I got a marker and we'll jot down some ideas.
Take notes.
Yeah.
Dish them out.
Yeah. I like using that thing. It's nice to write on something. Keep a physical copy in front of you.
Did you see, again on Facebook, this school teacher, university teacher, whatever he was, somebody drew a cat or something on the
Oh, I love
on
that.
the whiteboard, and then but underneath the cat they drew a dick and balls in permanent marker, and then the cat in the the erase marker or whatever. And
Yeah.
then he starts erasing the cat, and then there's like the dick and balls, and he can't get rid of it.
And he didn't even hate it neither. He was
Yeah.
just like, that's actually pretty
he was
good.
kinda
It's
laughing,
pretty
yeah.
funny, pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that a couple times. I love that shit. I think
Yeah.
somebody else did that too, but it was a huge, elaborate one. They had I wonder how he got that balls and dick off that whiteboard because they used a permanent marker to put it on there.
There's got to be ways you can probably get it off with paint thinner or something.
Maybe. For the rest of the class, you would have to just ignore that. All right, settle down. You'd be standing beside it, and it'd be like pointed at you.
Draw the cat back on. I give up. You guys win.
Yeah, sir. Can you come draw this into a cat again, please?
Yeah.
We never ever thought of that growing up. That would have been cool. Yeah, the other night, know what I did? I'll show you a clip. I did a recording the other night. I was bored and I kind of wanted to watch a movie, but when I was watching the movie, I was like, "Oh God, I should be podcasting or I should be doing something." I just feel guilty about not doing something, so I was like, "Screw this!" And I went down. I came down, grabbed my computer, grabbed the Yeti microphone, and I went upstairs. And I watched a movie, and I shit-talked the movie the whole time.
Oh, is this the
Triple X.
Yeah, Triple X.
Oh my God, it was so easy. I sat there. I did it for about 45 minutes. The whole thing, I was like, oh yeah, look at this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing that, just like little stupid things, insulting and stuff. And it was pretty funny, but I found that I was just doing it constantly and actually not watching the movie because it was so easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I kind of like to do that if I have a guest over, like buddies and stuff like that, or if we're sitting here, watch some like a little bit of a movie, or maybe I'll take out a few certain clips of a movie and play them on a computer, and we can just sit here and then bash the crap out of the movie or like the characters and stuff like that. Because it's pretty funny when, I had a couple good ones, but Vin Diesel's so fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
He is just great.
Yeah. He makes himself an easy target too, which is weird because he portrays himself, I guess, as like I'm Vin Diesel, but
Huge dude. The Fast and Furious with him standing beside The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, full circle, The Rock again.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's standing, then you can see The Rock's feet. But then when you go to look at Vin Diesel, it has conveniently a door of a car kind of where his legs are, and he has like little baby feet,
Yeah.
like little
He's
baby
like
legs.
1 inch shorter than The Rock.
yeah. But he's not
He's not super. He's like 5'9" or 10 or something.
Yeah, he's like
but The
5'10".
Rock's like 6'6", 6 foot something.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
Like Vin Diesel should be like this. He shouldn't be like this talking to The Rock.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like The Rock should just be like holding him, cradling him like a baby
caressing
all
him,
the
yeah.
time. But I guess they don't even like go on the same set at the same time together because Vin
don't like
Diesel.
each other?
Yeah, Vin Diesel's such a friggin' diva, right?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, big time. The Rock's just like, oh, we'll get this movie done. I sounded like Trump again. I can't. Your candy ass. I don't know. I'll have to work on that. Yeah, huge. No, but yeah, he's like, I don't care. Let's just get the movie done and make this money, so I can get on with the other 100 things I got to do today. And then Vin Diesel's like, well, the only thing I got to do is make up movie and then go home, probably friggin' spank at the Roadhouse or something. Roadhouse.
Oh, Swayze.
Yeah, I don't know, but I wonder if Vin Diesel hasn't did any horror movies, has he?
Well, I don't know.
He should do a horror movie.
I don't like IMDb Vin Diesel and be like, oh, I haven't seen that movie yet.
Like he's like one of the most paid, the highest paid actors in.
What?
Yeah, because of the friggin' Fast and Furious.
I believe that. Yeah.
That's such a brainwashing friggin' series, man.
They made 8 of them, and they're gonna make more.
I'm calling it right now. Number 10 is like they're ending up with 10 movies. Number 10, they're going to be flying Honda Civics to Mars. That's how it's going to go down. Like there's going to be this thing that's like, oh, we have save the human race. I can't do Vin Diesel neither. I suck at imitations.
No, everything's Trump. Everything's Trump with you.
People are brainwashing me here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait. When's the next one?
I don't know. Like Star Wars has made, if you don't include like all their little spin-offs and all that, they've made 7 films.
Yeah.
Maybe 8. But they've been around since like 77 or something like that. Fast and Furious has been around since 99, and they made 8 films. So in 19 years,
Yeah, you're right.
18 years,
Yeah.
they've come out with 8 movies.
I think they just go, all right, Fast and Furious 2, what are we going to do? Okay, we done this, done this. All right, just kind of do the same thing, but like spice it up a little bit. We need, don't
Let's
forget
go to Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo, there's great asses there, there's cars, do it.
Yeah.
And then like they scratch off what they do there, and then they're like, next one, holy shit, 8? They got 8 out. That's
8.
crazy. I can't even remember all 8.
No, there was, well, obviously the first one, because that's like the iconic Fast and Furious. That kind of started the whole tuner car.
That was good, man. That was good.
It
Dude,
was
still
like the
when I
first
drive
movie of
down
its
when I
kind,
drive down Prince Street now, and like I drive by and somebody
You
drives
just want a black Civic with green neons.
No, but every time somebody drives past me on Prince Street, I'm like, wow, he's fast. Like there's always that every time. It doesn't even matter if they creep by me. I always like go, wow, he's fast. I love that shit.
Yeah,
Or like pretend you're shifting 13 times.
Yeah, your car is 6 gears. It's like me.
For like 10 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And their quarter mile seems so long. They're like in the last one when they had the cop
I got a
cars.
6-second car. Dude, that was a 30-second clip.
Yeah, it's crazy. They line up with the cop cars in the last movie. I think Fast and Furious 8. Oh, spoiler alert. But
I don't remember that.
they line up and it's like, light to light. Let's make it $1 million race. Like, you know what I mean? Because they're all going to be millionaires if they get this bank. So, but if they don't get it, they're going to be fucking dead or locked up anyway. So they start all 4 cop cars and he's like roughly a quarter mile or whatever. And it's like a 10-minute scene of them racing. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You're fooling everybody. We get it.
Good job. That's like, I was telling my sister, would the first Jurassic Park movie have, what was it, 3 minutes or 13 minutes of dinosaurs in it? That was it?
Really? It seemed like there's so much.
Yeah, but they were smart about it. They would just be like 5 seconds here, 10 seconds here, 30 seconds here.
Jeez, I never really noticed that. That'll be something too that I'll pick up or like watch it and I'll be like, oh Jesus, they are kind of getting stingy with the dinosaurs. But like the newer ones have
this was
more
the
in it,
first
right?
one. Oh,
yeah.
Just because like it was probably expensive as hell to get those things operational or maintenance on them, because they were robots, I think, but they weren't CGI. I think they were robots.
Yeah, some of them might have been CGI. Well, yeah, stuff like that Brontosaurus, that big. Is that what those huge? Like that's all CGI. Man, when I seen. Yeah, because I waited like, I think it was in the theater, and I waited, it must have been a solid year for that to come out on video cassette. Mm-hmm. And then when it came out, it took me another 2 or 3 months because it was always taken. Like they had 20 copies of it and they're always gone. So by the time I got it, put it in, man, it was just like the anticipation of seeing this friggin' movie. I was out of my mind as a kid and then watched it. And I just remember that scene where they drive up and everybody's like, they're driving, they stop, and the guy looks over and he takes his glasses off and he looks at like the brontosauruses and everything.
Oh yes.
And I'm like, oh my God, how the hell did they do this?
Like, if you look back, or if you go back and watch that movie today, it still looks good.
Yeah.
Like you're not like, oh, this is a 94 movie or whenever it came out. You're just like, shit, like this looks good.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and I know like the budget's different or whatever, but like look at movies like Sharknado. Look how terrible that looks.
And it's huge.
Yeah. I can't believe they do that to a friggin' true story.
Oh, I know. It's such a shame. They're profiting off other people's losses.
Misfortunes.
Yeah, misfortunes. All the people that had sharks bust through their house and
Yeah, I wonder what the next Sharknado is going to be.
on Mars.
Yeah.
Space Storm.
No, they're gonna friggin' Fast and Furious and Sharknado are gonna become one, and that's
they're
gonna be the.
let Sharknado catch up to 9 before Fast and Furious 9 comes out, and it's just gonna be like Furious Shark 9. That's a horrible name.
Yeah. Oh well, all the other names were terrible as well.
Yeah, Sharknado. Oh hell no.
Oh hell no! Yeah. Yeah. Sharknado 2, more sharkier.
The sad thing is they know it's cheesy, and that's what they're running with.
Yeah, everybody wants to be a
sells.
part of it.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
Ain't no Kung Fury though.
I wonder why they only did 45-minute Kung Fury. I mean, if you made that movie any freaking longer, you'd probably lose your mind or go insane. But
like, was it a university project or was it an actual studio film or?
I think it was a studio thing, man, because like they made it look like shit, but it was purposely. And the parts that did have to look good, they look great.
Yeah.
And it was just weird how it's set up. It was like set up like with thought, like, but it's just a mess. Like it's hard to explain. You got to see this movie. Seriously, you got to. But yeah, that's a. Oh, and the dude that plays Hitler in that movie,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, is one of the dudes from SNL.
You could give out so many spoilers in that movie and still you're
Yeah.
gonna get blindsided by it.
Yeah, you're right. I think the whole theme of the movie is like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like the whole time, every minute, every 2 minutes is like, oh Jesus, I didn't see that coming. Maybe they just didn't have enough energy to give it the hour and a half movie. You know,
It's like this movie is mentally exhausting to develop.
but what's that rap group from SNL that Andy Samberg?
Oh, Lonely Island.
Their name is Lonely Island. Yeah, well that guy is one of the dudes from that, the Hitler guy.
He's the DJ guy.
Yeah. It was funny because I was like looking at the Hitler part, and it was just ridiculous, but it was funny, like the way he was like playing. Oh, hey, welcome guys, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, that guy has to be a comedian or something. Didn't know. It was crazy.
I'll get you in the balls.
yeah. So silly. The Tyrannosaurus Rex fighting the eagle, golden eagle.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty good.
movie.
I am DB the
It's a laser raptor. Beware.
yeah. All these raptors were lasers. But the old guy that's in it, that old Zeus guy that's jacked, but it looks like his skin's falling off him. I wanted to see who that was, but I was like, got too distracted when I seen who played Hitler. I was like, damn, badass.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. I didn't recognize. That could have been Hoff.
No. Hot. No.
You know,
Yeah, go ahead and look it up.
I gotta look it up now that you mention it.
Dude, I want to watch David Hasselhoff eat a burger off the ground after this too, because that's awesome.
Oh, when he was a mess.
Oh, was he ever a mess?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's been there. Jeez.
Oh yeah, that was yeah, that's right. That was Andy Samberg's brother that played Kung Fury.
That's his brother?
Yep, David Sandberg.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So they're both on SNL?
No, that was just his, like the guy that played the cop Kung Fury, the ninja
Oh.
cop. That's Andy Samberg's
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, jeez, I didn't know that.
I don't even know who this guy is. That's the guy that played Thor. He's pretty ripped for an old dude, though.
Yeah, man. I was trying to see who like younger looking, how big he was, because he just looks like one of those freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was pretty ripped up in that movie. All right, well, it is. Oh shit, it's 4:45 already.
What?
All right, well we had
Yeah,
a
it
little.
is.
We had a little catch up anyway. That was pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. We'll figure out what we're gonna do for this Halloween thing coming up. Probably have a couple guests in here. Hopefully next weekend. I know I'm gonna have Adam Cotterill coming over to play some songs. I'm gonna maybe put you on box drum for that if you want to
Yeah,
or something.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
We'll figure out something. I just don't want to get on the drums and then we have to. Or I could do drums and you could do bass too. We'll work something out. We'll talk to Adam
figure
too.
it out, yeah.
Run through a couple songs. Either we'll cover a couple songs. I know Adam maybe we'll cover one or two songs and let Adam play acoustically the songs that he wrote. So I know he has one there he wrote for his daughter. And actually, I think that's the only one I heard from the open mic that I went to go see him. But anyway, next month I'm gonna be doing a podcast on a dispensary opening up in Halifax. I got a couple buddies of mine that I'm gonna go up and see, and they're gonna show me around and talk about some of this gray area that's happening right now with all the dispensaries from East Coast to West Coast of Canada. They come in and shut them down.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, all the time. I just don't understand it. I think there's a lot of people that don't understand it neither. I think the cops don't even friggin' understand it, honestly.
But it's a new,
yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah, it's so strange, man. Like, I don't know. But anyway, didn't really talk about my stupid ticket about my phone today, but that's all right, because I just would have expressed my anger for needless shit when somebody takes money out of your pocket. Anyway, I started rambling on there. All right, we're going to kick it anyway. Matt's got to get to work, and I don't know, I might go for a little drive and explore a little bit, get lost for the day. Anything you want to add to this?
Nothing at all.
We're pretty good?
Yeah, good to go.
All right. Boop. Cool. See you later. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. I have some guests coming up here in the next couple weeks. I'm pretty excited to podcast with, not interview. I guess it's kind of an interview when you're asking somebody questions or whatnot. Mostly asking people questions, not really so much a conversation, but that's why it's good to have Matt around. We like to have conversations. We bounce around a lot. It's fun. But we have Nova Scotia Music Week coming up. I think it's the first or second weekend of November. So I'm going to try to snatch a couple bands out of that too, I think, and see if they want to come over and do a show. Do an acoustic set. Not even a set, just a few songs. Maybe have a couple beer, tune up their guitars while they're here, whatnot. So if you hear this and you're playing Nova Scotia Music Week, hit me up. I'm on Facebook. Check me out on YouTube. This is where you guys are probably hearing this anyway. And I got to figure out the SoundCloud issue. But anyway, all right, that was number 7. I'll check you guys later. Thanks and goodbye.
Hit the ground running, ain't nothing funny about the fire in your eyes. Hit the ground running, ain't nothing funny about the truth in your disguise. No, no, no.